Free Flow News with your hosts, Patrick Withrow and
Ken Holdsworth, hello.
hello. How's it going?
So good,
Who's
good.
laughing out here? I'm sorry. We have he
Wow.
likes to make noises in the background. Um,
It is Tourette's. Tourette's.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, but he's a great guy.
So
So sorry about
I don't care. That's awesome.
that.
So we got a lot going on this week.
Yes, we do.
So I thought we'll start with some like news stuff. So
Okay.
I actually I came across this great story. Now, just I want to preface for our viewers, like I came from I am not anti-Trump and I'm
Yeah.
not pro-Trump. I'm not either. But this story is kind of funny to me. Uh, that he Trump went to Liberia
Okay.
recently, like within the past 24 hours, and he was in Monrovia, the capital, and he was meeting with the president. The president of Liberia was talking, and Trump commented on how beautifully he spoke English and proceeded to ask him where he learned to speak English so well. Well, for those who don't know, Liberia was created by the United States after the Civil War. The official language of Liberia is English. And in
That's
fact,
hilarious.
the town Monrovia was named after President Monroe. So it's funny, like, because he's the president of the United States. You would think one of his guys, would be, hey, by the way, this is Liberia, blah 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 blah. It's official language is English. So
Where,
it was
okay,
just
so yeah, so where is Liberia?
it's in Africa.
It's in
It's on the
Africa.
yeah, it's on
Okay.
the coast of Africa.
So
So it's
the
like
did
yeah,
the
after
English get it or did America just get it right
well
from the
no,
get-go?
America, like it was a thing done after, kind of like a reparation after slavery. They gave freed slaves the opportunity to go back to Africa, and this would be their country. And America kind of protected it and helped it grow, and now it's its own thing. It was never really owned by America. It was just kind of like
We
it
just
was a,
took it over?
was a deal made with other entities because at the time I think England owned part of it, France, and all these other countries owned that area because this was like in the 1800s, and
Okay.
so they were given this area, hundreds of square miles.
That's
It's a
crazy. I never
country.
even knew that.
Yeah, apparently near did Trump.
Trump
So
didn't. I didn't. Well, yeah, like if I
yeah,
was going to Africa, I'd be like, "Whoa. You guys are speaking English?
yeah,
Nice. Good work."
that's awesome. Wow, good
I would
job.
I'd probably do the same. So I can't talk
But
crap
you're
on him
not
on
the
that.
president. You're not the president.
Yeah, I'm
So
not. I was thinking about it,
so
but not right now.
yeah, yeah. Maybe in a couple years.
Couple of years.
Yeah.
I just turned
So
35.
well, I think you could run now. You're
Yeah, I
35, right?
could.
So
Hey,
do it.
there's there's people
Tw-
younger than me running for wild positions all over the
yeah,
place.
2028. Go for it. It's all
Hell
you,
yeah, I
man.
might do it.
I'll back
That's
you.
hell yeah.
So what political stuff you got thinking going? I just think we're getting gaslit
Oh yeah.
by by
Like
the admission. Yeah.
I'm a I like Trump for the most part. But I think it is like the Epstein thing. Like that's like one thing that like all I would say 90% of MAGA people it like
Mhm.
matters to them.
Yeah.
So like they're like we want to support Trump, but it's kind of like this is one
Yeah.
of the main things that we wanted you to do.
Yeah.
Because like
And he ran on it for 2 years. He
yeah.
talked about it. He talked about it. And
So it's
then it flopped. And it's like, I was gonna, and then he was just like, hey, we got other things to talk about. And it's like, it feels like he gaslit everybody.
yeah, and I took the perfect time to hop off of so I hopped off of Facebook and Instagram. Those are like my two uh social media platforms that I use on a regular basis. And I was just getting burnt out because it was just like constant negativity. And I think I hopped off at the right time because
Yeah.
it's I'm like there's this stuff going on in Texas that I've heard about, like just through
Yeah.
word of mouth. and then I'm hearing about the Epstein stuff. Like those are the two major things that, from my viewpoint of being off of all social media, like I haven't even
Yeah.
checked notifications once for like 11 days. But those are the two main things that I've heard about is uh Texas
Yeah. And
and Epstein.
Epstein. And
I don't know if you've been hearing other things, but those are the two main
well,
things for me.
yeah. Well, that's why I brought Liberia, because that was just something new and different. So I wanted to
Yeah.
throw that out there. But
No,
yeah,
that's
no,
cool.
that's the two big things is Texas and Epstein, and it's just weird that, to me it was weird because everyone's always like Trump is like the 4D chess master, and he can like have a billion things coming and he's running everything and he's gonna bah, 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 bah. And then
I
his response to me was not 4D chess at all. It sounds like, I said, I go, it sounds like he's playing checkers, because
yeah.
because his thing was, we're still talking about Epstein, blah, 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 blah. It's like, focus on Texas. I go, in my mind is like, I can focus on like five different things. I can focus on Epstein, Texas, what's going on in Florida, whatever that is, what's going on in
Yeah.
my hometown. Like I have kids I have to pay attention to as well. So it's like, I can do more than one event.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Yeah, to me
but yeah,
it's I feel like it's just everyone's involved. So many countries are involved.
yeah.
So many important people are probably involved where they don't know how to expose it even just a tiny bit without it just falling to pieces and maybe changing the world insanely. Like I think we should know, but when we do
Yeah.
if there ever is a day that we do find out, I think it's going to be a very hard life for people because I think even worse stuff would happen because people would not want to give up their power.
Yeah. So, well, one of the interesting side notes of that Epstein thing, I know we're not going to really talk that much about it.
No,
This
we're
is
going to
just
talk about it
one.
every day.
Yeah. No, but one of the weird things is that a lot of people say that Epstein was being used by uh, other third party, like agencies, intelligent agencies. One is the Mossad of Israel, and then CIA, all of this, and he was getting all this documented, which is why the list went away, because it would expose what all these intelligent agencies were doing and how they're blackmailing people.
Yeah.
And the thing that comes up that's really interesting is that Kash Patel's girlfriend, um, and this is something I found out recently, which I found really bizarre, is her name is Alexis Wilkins, and I guess she went before she was Alexis Wilkins. Let me see, Rager. Hold on, why is my computer doing that? I'm just trying to find some info for you live.
Come on, Jamie, pull
So,
that up.
no, I got it.
You got
So
it?
she works for PragerU, which that's fine. But when you read her life story, she at one point was a part of Israeli intelligence, and she high ranking and a very high ranking part of Israeli intelligence, and she's part of PragerU, and now she's Kash Patel, the head of the FBI's girlfriend.
How long have they been dating? Do you know?
Why do I don't know how long they've been dating. I just know they are dating. And when she was asked about the idea that Epstein might be connected to the Mossad, she was very quick to say, "Oh, that's ridiculous." But then you look at her history, and she was pretty much a part of the Mossad. So she
Yeah.
was part of Israeli intelligence, and now she's dating the head of the FBI, and she supposedly doesn't still work for them. She works for PragerU, but a lot of people say it's kind of one of those things. Once you're in that club, you never are really out of that club. It's like if you worked at the CIA, you're never really out of the CIA. Like a few years ago, there was that lady who had worked at the CIA, had been retired, and I believe someone in the Bush administration mentioned that she had worked for the CIA, and it became this, oh no, you can't out a CIA even though they're former. It's like,
Yeah.
so it's one of those things where like it's an interesting connection, and I'll let conspiracy theorists go
Yeah.
wild with it. Like I find that
When
interesting.
when Epstein got arrested when Trump was in office the first time, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. And then
Okay. So what if there was any information, the information was there during his first term.
yeah. And then he died in prison. And
Died in prison.
there's that minute of footage that's missing. And they say that the thing they also said on that, which was funny, was that it's missing on every day. Like for some reason there's something wrong with the machinery, and it every day it misses that minute. And it's really not missing the minute. It just looks like
Yeah.
it's missing. Like they say it's the time code that jumps. But if you actually watch the footage, to me, because I do video and film editing, it's a jump cut. Like
Okay,
you
so
see,
you've seen the
I've
footage?
watched it. The minute, like, so let's say if I was standing here for the minute, like when the minute jumps, I'm standing here. And when it starts up again, I'm here. So it's like the camera was bumped at
Okay,
that
so
minute.
this all got you just recently saw this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been off social media for like 11 days. So this just came out like anybody can see it.
Yeah.
See it.
Now they finally say, oh, here's the footage. And all it is the thing is, it's a picture, it's the day that he died, and it's video of the door of the cell he's supposedly in. You don't see him. It's just he's in that cell. So one, you got to believe he's in the cell. And
Okay, so you don't
two,
even see Epstein in there.
no, you don't see Epstein at all. You just see that, and then you see the camera gets bumped, and a whole minute's passed. And so it's like as if somebody went and moved the camera so they could get in, and then they said, okay, stop it, and they stopped it, and then, okay, bring it back up. And then the camera had been moved, and it keeps going. So it's like there's more than just a minute missing. There's also a camera that was moved.
Yeah.
So
And then the
respect,
autopsy is pretty much confirmed that like, yeah,
he's
there was
dead.
foul play.
I don't know if that, I mean, they just confirmed he's dead. So the autopsy,
Okay.
like he didn't come back to life and be stop. No, see,
Yeah.
he was dead during the autopsy.
Yeah, that's interesting. And then Maxwell, she's just gonna what is she in prison
Yeah,
for?
I don't know, for
There's no
for
list.
trafficking people to no one.
So there's no there like are the is there even a list of victims?
Yeah. And the thing is, if they're trying to get her on the footage, because supposedly he had like some videos of underage people doing bad things, but can they get her on that because
Yeah.
it wasn't her computers, it wasn't in her possession. Like, and the
'Cause
thing that you go back to is if he did kill himself, let's say he did, let's go with that, he killed himself. He killed himself for something that was basically going to put him in jail for 5 years, and then he was going to get out, and he would probably he'd be at like some white collar prison, like the possession of what he had, he would have been out in 5 years at most. Like,
yeah.
because they would have been plea deals, all this time served, this that, and he would have been out in 5 years. And so you're saying he killed himself because he was about to be sent to a white collar prison for 5 years, and when he got out, he was still going to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
And so I'm it's just weird to me, like, because like everything about him, he was a narcissist, and narcissists don't normally kill themselves.
Yeah.
Like they think they're going to get away with it, and I think he also knew, I'll get out in 5 years.
What's
Like I
also
think.
interesting is the perspective that Pam Bondi had,
Mhm.
and what she said compared to what Cash Patel said on Rogan. But it seems like Bondi, like when I was listening to it, it seemed like there is videos of Epstein and kids, but it didn't seem like she saw that it didn't seem like she was exposing other people like when
Yeah.
she mentioned it. And then with Cash Patel. So I'm wondering if there is like a it's they look really bad. They look really dumb. But I'm wondering
Yeah.
if they're actually looking so dumb because there's just nothing available for
Well,
them.
and then you got people who are spinning like for them, like talking head people, pundits, whatever. And they're saying, well, she was saying that she had the Epstein file on her desk, not the list. And I go, well, if you go back to the actual interview, she is literally asked, do you have the Epstein list? She goes, yes, it's on my desk, along with the JFK files and the MLK files. So she specifies the JFK files and the MLK files. But when she could have said, she could have prefaced it like, do you have that? She could say, well, I have the Epstein file, which I believe holds the list, but she
Yeah.
doesn't. She just says, do you have the list? She said, yes, it's on my desk, along with. So the way she said it, it's like, okay, you have a list, you've seen it.
I
And
wonder if like some people were just like, yeah, we're gonna end your life if you guys release
yeah,
this. That's
yeah,
like the only thing where I'm
yeah,
like, because like when they all came, like when they all like went into their positions, like they seemed like
they were gun ho, like
they they
they're like,
seemed like motivated, like they wanted to. I
we're
don't know,
gonna
and
get,
like and when you do look at like Patel and Bongino or whatever, like
yeah.
seems like they've done some pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
they have, and that's the thing is like if they have, but then this thing, it's like they're all like, and Bongino for years on his radio show hammered the Epstein list. We are gonna and hammered. There's no way he committed suicide, and no way.
yeah.
And then and now he's like, oh, I've seen the video he did, but then if it's the video they just released, you see nothing. You how can you say you still can't say that he didn't get offed?
Yeah,
Because
that's wild. And
there's a minute missing, and you can it's obvious the camera was moved in that minute,
and then
so
the video,
somebody
you
bumped
can't
it.
see anything
Yeah, you
about
can't
Epstein.
see him. Yeah, you don't see
So
him at all.
they've seen a different video where they could see him.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what
so
they said.
that's what they're saying, but everyone else is saying that video does not exist, and
Yeah,
so I don't know what they have.
it seems like it's like they have to find a way to expose it and like because it doesn't like no matter how many other good things they do,
This is yeah,
no one will
trust it.
ever say that the this presidency was good unless this happened. Like
Yeah,
unless this gets exposed. Like it doesn't matter that
yeah, because
um
well, and
there's
then
no tax
also
on tips or like that's freaking awesome.
yeah.
Like I'm
Well, I
just a
mean,
news reporter. I don't get tipped or anything, but like that is awesome.
yeah. Well, the other thing is like some people are like saying, "Oh, I don't even care about like I've seen some conservative pundits and stuff saying, well, we don't even care about the Epstein list anymore because that's happened a long time. We care about what's happening now and the child predators now." I go, well, here's part of the issue with that. That list that vanished, his clients, which have not been exposed, are still out there,
Oh yeah.
and
And
they're
it,
still
the
doing those things. And had they had the list and said, here's the bad guys, and we started prosecuting them, that would also stop what's happening now.
the funny part too is how right before COVID hit the fan, it was like a month before was when Ricky Gervais, for whatever reason, was calling everyone out. And then a
Yeah,
month after that,
COVID hit. Yeah,
COVID hit. Tom Hanks, first one to get COVID
COVID,
out of
yeah,
all. I'm like,
Australia.
interesting. Like it was just like that. It was all,
You would
um,
think Ricky Gervais would have been the first because they were trying to kill him, but he didn't.
yeah, yeah,
He
that's interesting.
survived.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness,
well,
tough, wild
yeah.
time.
So I think it's
But
enough news. I say we move on to one of your favorite subjects.
yeah, let's talk sports.
There we go.
Love sports. Sports
All
is my
right, let's
favorite.
do it.
Yeah, let's
Let's
talk
go.
sports. So football season is around the corner, and I'm excited. I'm a Redskins fan. Who's your favorite NFL team?
I really like the Commanders. I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
they're not the
I'm
Commanders.
just kidding.
They are the
Like
Redskins
like
for the rest of our lives.
pro football, I root for the Browns. I'm not like die hard. I when I
You're
was
more of a
younger,
college fan.
yeah, but I was when I was younger, I was more a Browns fan, and then when
Was there ever a
they
year of your life where they were actually good?
yeah, but I mean,
When? Like
what
when
a
they
couple of years ago they made it to the playoffs,
and then they
but
got rid of Baker Mayfield.
yeah,
And now Baker
and so,
Mayfield is doing amazing things with the
yeah, well
Buccaneers.
that's what happens. But uh, so I was
And
more
then
of a
they got
fan
a
when I was younger,
then
yeah.
they got a sexual predator as their that's funny how the world
And
works.
then yeah, then he's like not even now we got like 20 quarterbacks
20
and
quarterbacks.
Deion
Yeah,
Sanders'
do you
son.
have any perspective like do you ha like are you hoping for who do you want to be the starting quarterback week one?
I want Flacco to be the
Yeah, I think
I
he
want him to
deserves it.
be, and then I think halfway through he'll like kind of hand it off to is it Schrader
We
Schroeder
got Shador Sanders, but
Shador.
he was the fifth round pick, and then
I
you
know,
have
but
your
I
third
want
round pick, Dylan Gabriel.
I don't care
S-
about Dylan. I want
So
Sanders in because I want him to be the next Tom Brady because Tom Brady was a fifth round pick.
I think you're right, fifth or sixth
Ah,
round.
yeah, and then look at him, the
Yep.
goat.
Yeah, completely.
And
Yeah.
Sanders is not. He may not be the goat. He'll be the sheep, but whatever. He'll be some kind of animal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think their season's gonna suck. I
Yeah, I
think.
do. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
Like for me, in with the Browns, because I don't go into it thinking, oh, we're going all the way. I know
Yeah.
there's probably some weird Brown fan that thinks that, but my only hope is all I want every season beat the Steelers, beat the Ravens, and beat the Bengals at least because I think we play them all each
Yeah. Oh yeah.
twice.
You play
So so
each team in your division twice.
yeah, so
So
like I want them to beat them at least once each. I don't want them to lose twice.
I think it's possible. I think with Flacco, anything's
So
possible. So
yeah,
I think
like
with
so that's it. Like
yes,
if we beat all those three teams at least once, if we beat the Steelers twice, that's even better. But
no,
I
that
don't
won't
think that's
happen.
going to happen.
That won't happen.
But I
I
do think it is possible that we could beat the Bengals twice, just because. I'm just saying it. I'm going to call it right now. The Browns are going to sweep Ohio.
no, that's possible. I think with the Bengals, what you are running into is they got an amazing offense. It's explosive, but what they're running into right now is a lot of contract issues with Trey Hendrickson and
Mm-hmm.
their first round rookie draft pick Shamar Stewart. So those are two edge rushers, which is probably the most important position on your defense. So
Well, one thing I
their
want to
def
do.
and they already
Oh,
had a really bad defense last season. They had to score
what?
40 points to win a game, and that sometimes was not enough. So
So
you
here,
are right.
yeah.
There's a
So
chance.
yeah, there's a chance. But I want to do this because every year you always say, that's who I thought was going to go to the Super Bowl. And I say you're
Yeah.
full of crap.
Yeah,
So
so
I want you to make your call right now. And then I will have video. And then I can't call you like if
yeah.
you're right, I can't be like you're lying because I'll have the video evidence right now.
Okay, so last season I
How
picked
about this? Don't do Super Bowl. How about your final four teams? Pick your final four teams. And
okay.
then later we will discuss who you think are going to be the final two. How about that?
Okay. So we can do
Or
that.
unless
This
you
will
really
be
want to know.
no, this I'll do the whole thing right now and then
Okay.
before the season starts after preseason once I see all the injuries, I'll go through each team's
And maybe
I'll
revise
go
it.
through each team's regular season schedule and I'll give you a more detailed look as far as who I think is going to win because I am pretty good at it. Last season I picked the Bills and the Rams to go to the Super Bowl, and I had the Bills winning the Super Bowl. In the regular season, and this was right before the regular season started. I do this every season. The first season, Aaron Rodgers was with the Jets. I was a dumbass and dummy, and I picked the Jets to go to the Super Bowl against uh, the Lions. But what happened
Mhm.
was the Lions, I also had the Lions, the 49ers, Ravens, and Jets. The only one that I messed up on was I didn't include the Chiefs, who ultimately won
Yeah.
that Super Bowl. But I'm pretty good at getting most of it right. Because a lot of it's easy. It's like, okay, this game is a home game. This team, the Dolphins, okay, they're playing in Buffalo in December. They're gonna lose that. It doesn't matter how good Tua and Tyreek are. They're not gonna do good in the cold. Tyreek, he was good with the Chiefs in the cold, but anyways, Tua is not good in the cold. But if I were to pick, so let me just run down each division real quick and when I'm looking at your division with the Browns, Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers, I really think it's only between the Ravens and the Steelers. I don't know if both of them will make it to the playoffs. Um, but I do want to say the Steelers are going to have the edge because the Ravens, they lost their kicker.
Mhm.
That's an important piece right there. Like so many of those games between the Steelers and the Ravens and all of them, it's going to come down between a field goal. So if they don't have a good kicker, I don't think they are going to be. I think they're going to lose some close ones on accident. So they're still going to be a really good team. But the
Okay.
AFC, there's so many good teams. So I'm going to pick Steelers for AFC AFC North. Yeah, AFC
Yeah.
North, right?
I think so.
Uh, so AFC East, we got the Patriots, Jets, Bills, Dolphins. Dolphins are gonna not be as good. Jets, rookie head coach, and a quarterback that is just up and down. They'll probably win some games.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it's gonna be between the Bills and the Patriots. Mike Vrabel is a really good coach. He turned around the Titans. He had he has Ramondre Stevens or Stevenson. I think he's similar to like a Derrick Henry in my opinion. And then they also just drafted a new running back. They got Stephon Diggs, so they could be a surprise sleeper, the Patriots. But I think the Bills they'll get the division again. But the Patriots will surprise some people. So Bills, Steelers, then we got the AFC South. So you got the Texans, you got the Jaguars, Colts, and Titans. You are going to have the Jaguars do a little bit better. Texans are not going to do as good because they lost Laremy Tunsil, one of the greatest left tackles.
Mhm.
So I think they're a really talented team, but I think, and they just got Nick Chubb, they got Joe Mixon for running backs. They got some rookie wide receivers. I believe they just got Christian Kirk. So they could be good, but I feel like that offensive line is a mess, and I don't think it was even that good last season. So if that's not fixed, I think the Texans are going to have a hard time, but they do have a really good defense, one of the best secondaries. But I think that Travis Hunter, his magic, he just brings a really good energy, and I think the combination between him and Brian Thomas Jr. And they just got De'Ami Brown from the Redskins, and he's a really good deep threat. So just that combination, and they got Liam Cohen, offense coordinator from Tampa, who made uh, Baker Mayfield really good. So I think there's too many question marks with the Colts with their quarterback situation. Daniel Jones could be good. Anthony Richardson's always hurt or faking an injury. I'm just kidding. He's not faking an injury. He beat my butt. He beat me up. I'm gonna go Jaguars. So I'm ranting right now. So
Wow.
we got Jaguars, Steelers, and Bills, and then we got the AFC West. So we got Chiefs, Chargers, uh, Broncos, and Raiders. I think all four of these teams are going to be really good, but I don't think you can. I'm going to just keep this one simple. I don't think it's
Mhm.
time yet to bet against the Chiefs. I think this is Travis Kelce's last season.
Okay.
Uh, So I think he's going to play a little bit hard. Like he always plays hard, but during playoff time, he just plays a little bit more. He plays harder. I think all the players do. Once they get to the playoffs, it's like you really see the difference in level of play. So those are the four teams out of the AFC. Now, like I that might change when I do my picks again. Once I see their schedules, I might be like, "Holy cow, I didn't realize the Bills' schedule was this hard." Because I someone was telling me that the Patriots' schedule is the easiest out of the
Hmm.
whole NFL. So maybe the Patriots do get an opportunity to kind of like how the Redskins did last season. They performed really well because they drafted well, but they also had a really easy schedule. So, all right. So we got this four. Now let's go NFC.
Yes.
All right. NFC West, we got Seattle, we got Arizona Cardinals, we have San Francisco 49ers, we have uh uh who am I forgetting? Seahawks. Oh, Rams. And
Yeah.
that's
The team you
so
picked last year, but that's
yeah.
okay.
Uh 49ers have an easier schedule probably compared to the other teams. I think Brock Purdy is gonna do pretty good. It's kind of like the AFC West as well, where like all four teams could be really good. Arizona, you got Marvin Harrison Jr., you got Trey McBride. Seahawks, they'll be interesting because you got Sam Darnold, he did really good last season. Cooper Kupp's coming in there. You got DeMarcus Lawrence, I think is his name, defensive end for Cowboys. So like all four of those teams are going to be pretty solid. But if I had to pick one right now, I still got to go the Rams. You got Devontae Adams that just came there. You have Puka Nacua, one of the nastiest receivers. You got Kyron Williams, Blake Corum back there as well. So good duo for the running backs. Matthew Stafford, you can't bet against him. And that defense, that's a Florida State defense. You got Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. Those are they are amazing. So NFC West, Rams.
All right.
All right. So now we got NFC South. So you got Falcons, Saints, you have Buccaneers, and you have um Falcons, Saints, Buccaneers, and Panthers.
Mhm.
So the Bucks have been lights out. They're drafting so good too. I'm curious about their offensive coordinator situation, if that will hurt them. Uh, so I'm still thinking probably Bucks, but let me think on this for a second. So Saints, Kellen Moore, he was a fantastic offensive coordinator for the Cowboys and the Eagles. He just won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Alvin Kamara, everyone wants to count him out, like he's done. But I don't. He always keeps finding a way to keep doing good. So if he can stay healthy, they got the run game. They got a pretty good. I think they got a pretty good defense. It is aging, but I think it's still pretty solid. Falcons. If Penix could be pretty good with Bijan and Drake London. I still. I feel like maybe the Bucks lose it, and I'm gonna go the Panthers because the reason I'm gonna go with the Panthers is because they were starting to get on. They were starting to look pretty good towards the end of the season. They were playing some close games, and they just drafted a, rookie wide receiver. And I just think it'll be like a surprise pick, like, oh shoot, the Panthers just won the division. So I'm gonna go
Mhm.
Panthers. I feel like it's just too tight between them, all those four teams. So Panthers.
Okay.
So we have Rams, Panthers, and then NFC East. It's too much. I feel like too much is going on with the Giants. Too much Cowboys. You got a unproven head coach. I think George Pickens, talented receiver, but with I don't know how Schottenheimer is as a head coach. I don't know if he can be like a Tomlin, that he can keep the personalities level headed and focus on the goal. So I feel like that's going to end up being a circus.
Okay.
I love the Redskins. I want to pick the Redskins, but there's usually always a sophomore slump. I think they'll still probably make the playoffs, but I think with the Eagles, they're just solid all around. Where it's kind of like the Chiefs, you can't really pick against them just yet. So I'm gonna go Eagles on that. And then we got the NFC North, so you got Packers, Lions, Bears, and Vikings. So with the Lions, you're losing your offensive coordinator, you're losing your defensive coordinator. Aaron Glenn's coaching the Jets, and Ben Johnson is coaching the Bears. I still think the Lions are going to be good, but it's kind of like when the Eagles lost their offensive coordinator, Sykin. Is he the offensive coordinator? And then there's whoever the Cardinals head coach is. They were previous coordinators for the Eagles after they lost to the Chiefs, I believe. Um, and then that following year, they didn't go back to the Super Bowl. So I think the Lions are going to have like a little, like they'll still do good, but I think they're just going to have to get used to the new coordinators. So I think they will have a step back. The Packers, they just lost their Jair Alexander corner. Um, it's hard to say. Vikings rookie quarterback pretty much. JJ McCarthy, he didn't play last season. And then you got the Bears. I'm gonna go Bears. I think Ben Johnson's the real deal. I think he he's just like I was watching season 2 of Quarterback and just watching him and Jared Goff's relationship and how they game plan. Like I think he's going to do the same thing with Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams was already pretty good his rookie season with a dysfunctional coaching staff. He was like the only rookie quarterback ever to have like 500 passing attempts and less than 10 interceptions in a season. So he's very effective. He's like today's Aaron Rodgers. He'll probably be our future Aaron Rodgers. A
Okay.
lot of accolades and all that, but probably very few Super Bowl wins. So I'm going Bears, Panthers, Eagles, and Rams.
All right. Nice.
Oh, that was a
So,
lot.
yeah, well,
So,
now we'll
so, so
see what changes at the end of preseason.
yeah, because there's gonna be
Yeah.
injuries like the Bucks, Tristan Wirth,
Hmm.
one of the best left tackles. He's not going to be available for the beginning of the NFL season. So for like fantasy news, I was like really high on Bucky Irving because he only got like 48% of the snap count last season, and if he had gotten like 70, like he would have been better than Saquon Barkley. Like that's how effective he was running the ball last season. They
Hmm.
just had Rashard White. He's more of like the pass catching, receiving running back. So that's why there was that split. But Bucky Irving, he's a beast. But I think in the beginning of the season, it's going to be a little iffy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love fantasy football and I love football in real life as well.
Yeah. I know. It's
That
you
was a
love
lot,
it.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
What
you love it a little
what
too
do you what
much.
are your thoughts? Do you think I have some good picks, or are you like
No, no,
against any of these picks?
I'm not against any of them. I just want to
You think
have
the
it on
Panthers
rec.
can make it? Because that was a
Yeah.
wild pick.
I'm just saying I like to have it on record because every year you tell me that you've made these picks, and I'm like, I wasn't there when you made these picks. And
Yeah,
then you pull out this piece of paper,
yeah.
and for all I know, is you wrote it down like 5 minutes before.
No, there's
Or like,
dates. There's dates.
yeah,
You can
you
get.
write, yeah, but you write a date on it. You're like, oh yeah,
No,
we
I
can.
I posted on fantasy.
I don't follow
I don't
that.
even remember the Instagram, but I think it's called Fantasy Football
Something.
Pat Picks or something. I can't. You can
All
find
right.
it and share it.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I
And
don't
so,
need to. I don't. I'm not gonna. Sorry, my puppy
so
might be barking, and you guys might be able to hear it.
yeah, your dog has Tourette's too.
Yeah, he's got Tourette's. That was funny.
Yeah.
My coworker started making all that noise in the episode.
Yeah. That
That
was
was
awesome.
wild. So
Crazy.
you're a big so enough with sports. Like I
Yeah,
love
I'm
sports,
done.
but you're a big movie buff. And
Yeah.
so you got any movies that you're about to see this week or that you've recently seen that you
Well,
really enjoyed?
I have a couple, like one, like, well, and next time we're going to talk about college football too, because,
Yeah, I went too
but
far with
not
the
this time.
NFL.
Yeah,
Not
no, it's
this time.
fine. I don't care.
We'll go into, and I need more time with the college sports because
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
as into it as you are, and I want to
But
take a little bit more research on that. But
no, it's fine.
films,
For, but for entertainment,
I actually just watched All American. That's a really good PG
but
rated movie.
yeah,
It's about to
nice.
leave Netflix on the 22nd, I believe.
Oh, well, then get on it, everybody, right now. No,
It's
like, so, How to Train Your Dragon did the live action, which actually was very entertaining and fun.
yeah, Sarah
Uh,
and the kids just saw that, and she
yeah,
said that
so
was really good.
yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Uh, another, well, Superman's coming out. I am actually excited about that. I do want to see it. Because I like any Superman movie. It's
Yeah,
like
me and you
I've never
saw
not.
Superman
Yeah, like
back in the
yeah,
day.
I
And you
don't.
got me into
Yeah,
Smallville.
yeah, and I like every iteration of Superman. I do. It doesn't matter who it is, and I'm not one of these, like, I liked Henry Cavill Superman. I wish they would have done more with him and done a better storyline with him, but they didn't. And Warner Brothers dropped the ball. But like, now James Gunn's in, and I'm like, hey, let's do it. Like, I'm not one of these that is gets angry. It's like, oh, well, we need Zack Snyder only. It's like, dude, he's not coming back. And in
Yeah.
fact, Zack Snyder and James Gunn are really good friends. So if they're really good friends, why can't we just enjoy their movies, see where he goes with it? If it's a great movie, my hope is it is a great movie and it spawns a bunch of different things. I do know that James Gunn is a huge comic book fan.
Okay, so
And
which one's Superman, or are they both Superman?
who?
James Gunn and
Well, Zack Snyder did the
Zack
Man of
Snyder?
Steel. Zack Snyder did the Man of Steel with Henry Cavill,
Okay, so
and
Henry
and
was
then
Superman. Okay, these are
yeah,
different directors?
yeah. James Gunn
Okay.
and Zack Snyder are two different directors.
Oh shoot,
But
and they both directed Superman movies.
and yeah, so but the thing is, with James Gunn, what happened is, like, Warner Brothers, I don't know what they're doing. They, like, when Zack Snyder's there, they didn't really give Zack Snyder the reins to make a DC universe. They kind of did. They're like, yeah, you're in charge of the DCEU, which is the DC extended universe.
Yeah,
And and it just and one of the big issues happened, like, sadly, while he was doing Justice League, his daughter committed suicide.
that
So
sucks.
he wanted time off. But Warner Brothers like, no, we got to get this movie done. So then they brought in Josh Whedon to finish the film.
And
And
that's his
so,
buddy.
well, Josh Whedon, I get they're the kind of friends, but you don't normally do that. You don't,
Yeah, that's kind of
because
weird.
they have two different styles. Like, so the tonality of the thing, like, if you watch the movie, like, I saw it in theaters, and the story was kind of, you felt a weird shift. Like, it
Yeah.
went from being one kind of way, then it became very Marvel jokey joke, and which it wasn't having that, which is fine. Like, I like Marvel films, but like, it started out in this darker area, and then it became more hee hee ha ha. We're in the middle of a fight. Let's make some quippy jokes, and it's like,
Did you enjoy
but
that film or was it like, eh?
it was weird. It was like, and my hope was, I was like, well, I hope there's a part two, but there never was, because I was like, and I was hoping Zack Snyder to be back to finish it. Well, then uh, that never happened. So then he somehow convinced Warner Brothers to allow him to do his version, which was the Snyder cut, and it was released on the Max or something, and it did really well. It actually was a way better film. It actually he turned it into like a mini series. It was 4 episodes, so
Yeah.
and it was really cool, and it was way better. I mean, he uses a lot of slow mo, which is annoying, but it had like it had a cohesive story, and it felt like one, like it made sense. And you're like, whoa, that was really good compared. And then you were kind of hoping, oh, please. But then they're like, no, we're not going to let them do anymore. So then Warner Brothers brought in James Gunn and this other guy, and I can't remember the other guy's name, So James Gunn and this other guy are now in charge of the DC movies. So
Okay.
now they're in charge of all of it, which Warner Brothers never had anyone do that before. Like Disney has Kevin Feige in charge of all the Marvel, and which makes
Gotcha.
sense. You have one guy, one voice. Let's go. And he's been doing well. Some people are kind of getting sick of it because it seems like every Marvel movie is just the same movie, just with a new character, and it's like the same story over and over. Although Thunderbolts was really good, way different. I
Was
really
it?
enjoyed that.
I
Yeah,
never
I
saw
enjoyed
that
it.
one.
Yeah, that one was really fun, a lot of fun. Um, so I give him that. So now you got James Gunn is going to be in charge of Superman. He just finished the Superman comes out. It's out now, and uh, it's a completely different feel. It's very comic book feel. Like you look at it, and it's like you're watching a comic book on the screen with real people. And in an interview, he said that like in comic books, like Superman comic books are always very bright, happy, light, boom, 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 and like they're always, even though they deal with some dark matter, he's always a shining light. And
Yeah.
he's like, that's how I'm going to portray Superman, which great. That's how they do in the comic books. And he's Batman's always kind of dark. And that's why when they come together, it's really fun to see them together because their mindsets are completely opposites. Uh, I guess like one description is,
Yeah, I loved Batman when I was a
yeah,
kid.
like Superman is the human alien and Batman is the alien human. So they look at humanity in a different way. Superman looks at the good in humanity. Batman sees humanity as flawed and dark and bad, and you got to crush skulls to
Yeah.
and so there
And you need
it's a
both.
cool
You need each
yeah.
other.
But so then when they work together, it's really cool dynamic. And eventually in the comics, they have a really good friendship. They both know each other's identities. They both know how to take each other down.
Would you
Um,
say Jesus is more like Batman or more like Superman?
I would say Superman, and there's a
I would say
lot.
Batman.
No, it actually. Well, it's funny that Superman was created by two Jewish guys, and it was kind of based off of Moses. But then the story of Moses is a precursor to Jesus, and so which all the Old Testament is that. But Superman, his name's Kal-El. One of the names of God is El, El Shaddai, El Huenu, and all these. So there's that. You have uh, the. There's a lot of like connection. I could go into a whole thing about how the story of Superman and Jesus and how it can be used as a like analogy, but
Yeah.
and they didn't even mean to do it. It just sort of happened. But that happens a lot with a lot of different stories. But Batman can be too. I mean, there are story ways you can see that he was a sacrificial person and he sacrificed his life and all this. But anyway,
Wait,
so the
Batman died?
news he in comic books he's died and come back.
Okay.
He's also had his back broken and come back from that. And but so it's going to be fun to see what James Gunn does because he said he's going to try and keep every movie very similar to the comic books and their tone and when they come together. And it's going to be interesting to see how he does it and how he can pull it off because that is going to be hard to do, especially when you do the crossovers. You have a dark Batman story, and then he's going to work with Superman, and it'll be interesting to see
That
how
will be
they do.
cool. I
Yeah,
might end up wanting to watch it.
I'm hoping they get like there's a comic book series called The World Finest where it is like Batman and Superman coming together back and forth and dealing with like fighting Lex Luthor and the Joker simultaneously because the Joker and Lex Luthor team up, which would be a phenomenal thing to see in a movie because that's never been seen. Lex Luthor and the Joker working together, which is interesting because the Joker is often an agent of chaos and Lex Luthor is very rigid in how he gets
Wait, they're
things
gonna have
done.
Lex Luthor and the Joker working together?
I I'm hoping at some point because
That'd be
that
wild.
happens in the comics, but it's never happened in a movie. James Gunn has not said he's going to do that, but there is Lex Luthor in the new movie, and the guy Nicholas Holt is playing. I think that's how you say his name. Is playing Lex Luthor, and he's a great actor. And recently, I saw Nosferatu, which Nicholas Holt is in as well, along with Lily. Rose Depp, I think is her name. It's Johnny Depp's daughter.
Okay.
Willem Dafoe, I think, and Skarsgård. I don't remember his name, but it's a vampire movie, and to me, it's a great vampire movie
How would you rank
because
it with
I
other vampire movies?
I'm going to give it a 10 because
Beyond,
now,
like, better than any other vampire movie you've seen?
yeah, yeah, in a long time
What would be like a
because
second and third, just to give other viewers like an idea of like what this is?
second place for me would be Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman. Then there'd be Interview with a Vampire. Um, the first one with Tom Cruise and uh, uh, Brad Pitt,
Okay.
and then you go back. I think it's Fright Night, or something, that one. But the reason I like this, here's one. Like, um, in this, the vampire is bad. There is no redeeming part of him at all. Like, he's just a bad person and evil. And you aren't like, oh, the poor guy. And so what's happened in recent years is, one, we've made vampires heroes. Two, we've
Yeah.
also, if they're not the hero, even in Bram Stoker's Dracula, in the movie version with Gary Oldman, they give him a quality where you kind of like, oh, he's a tortured soul. His wife died. A spoiler alert. His wife dies and he curses God. And then God's like, oh, your wife died and you said you hate me. Well, you're a vampire now. And so it's like, which is not in the Bram Stoker book at all. That's not why he's a vampire. But
Okay.
so in this movie, it's not like, you don't feel bad for the vampire. You want him, he's a bad guy. And you actually feel bad for the people being tormented, like to the point, like I was talking about it to my son, and I was like, I said, I love vampire movies, I love those. And I was just like, I felt so bad for this one character and his family, because this guy was, and it wasn't even a main character. That's what was cool. Is like, this was a secondary character and the family was secondary, but they're in the whole movie, but they had built them up that you liked them, and you're like, these are like really good people, and they're really helping these people out sacrificially, and they're going above and beyond what I would ever do for anyone. And then they just get, the vampire just decimates this family, and you're just like, holy crap, like,
Yeah.
why? Like, and there was like, the only reason the vampire did it was to get at the other person. It was vengeful, and just, there was no reason to do it. Like, he could have just gone after them, but no, he's like, what, not, I'm gonna ruin these people's lives because of you. And it was like,
Dang.
so yeah, and you come away like, wow, that sucks. And so like, but that's what I kind of liked about it, is because vampires aren't supposed to be good guys, and they're not supposed to be our heroes, and we're not supposed to, although I do like what we do in the shadows. I think it's hilarious. It's
hmm
like, but that's a
That's kind of like
different,
a mockumentary,
yeah, it's a
right? Yeah.
mockumentary, and it's doing it on purpose. Like, they're trying to, like, so it's funny. But like, when you take like a vampire and you make them a love interest to somebody, and you know, and there is a kind of a weird thing in there where there is kind of this attraction thing, but
hmm
the the person that he's attracted to, and it's selfish reasons, and it's not because he, whatever reason, it's just he wants to possess everything and
Okay.
destroy everything. And so she knows it, but she has this weird attraction, but only because she's had this thing happen when she was younger. So she's damaged, and that's why she's going for the bad guy. But even then, she knows he's a horrible person and tells him, I want nothing to do with you, which then sets off this chain of events of all these nice people getting decimated. But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. But
What
it's a good, and it's shot amazing. Like, it's
w-
visually
did you ever
fantastic.
watch True Blood?
Yeah, yeah,
Would you say it's way better than True Blood?
yeah. I'd say it's way better.
Completely different.
It's completely different. Yeah, True Blood's
Completely
more
different.
like uh like a um like a soap opera vampire show.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, you have that kind of, like, I don't know.
But you also
It's
have
not
like
it's not
vampires.
bad. Yeah,
I guess even Twilight, you even have vampires where you're like, I don't like that vampire. That's a mean
yeah.
vampire.
Well, Twilight just to me, like I know people are gonna get mad at me, but I think they ruined vampires. Like I don't like because it's like like the whole glowing in the sun, the fact that he like it's just creepy too because he's like what 400 years old and he's dating an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of
But
come
movies,
on.
they keep doing
How
that.
did
They keep trying to make
yeah
they keep
yeah
trying to make it okay, which brings you back to like
is the
what we
Epstein
started talking
list.
about. Yeah, we started talking about that in the beginning.
Yeah,
And it's
Edward would
like,
be on that list.
same with Tom.
Yeah.
Same with
Wow.
Tom.
Wow. Anyway, we won't say which Tom you're referring to.
Yeah.
Don't,
I'm not gonna say
because we'll get canceled like right off the bat because of you.
it. We
Hey,
already can't post anymore. That'd be
that
wild.
sucks. Thanks,
Oh
Pat.
man.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wasted an hour of my time. Great. Well, yeah. So yeah, those are the films I got going. I'm sure there's going to be more movies coming out. That
yeah, is there any early August like like
I have to look like what's
last
coming.
week of July, first week of August, is there anything that you'd be like,
I mean,
"Oh, you should see
fantastic.
that."
Yeah, Fantastic Four's coming out, and I
Oh,
am
okay.
interested in that. I don't know, like that's one of those like I've never been a Fantastic Four fan, but it looks pretty cool, and I like how they're doing this weird, like it's taking place in the '60s type of
Yeah.
feel. So that's kind of interesting. I just
There's another one that is coming out soon. I forgot the freaking title, but it's about like a daughter, her sketchbook falls into like a lake and like she draws all these like scary things and they come alive. But it's like I think it's who is the shoot. I can't remember who the director is, but it seems like it'd be an interesting movie. Like and it's rated like I think PG. So like PG or G. So it's like supposed to be scary, but maybe family friendly at the same time. You gotta
okay.
look it up and
I'll
see.
have to look at. Oh, I did recently also see Heads of State, which
Heads of
is John
State.
Cena and was it Idris Elba
Yeah.
and Jack Quaid and
When
uh,
is this coming out?
Priyanka Chopra. I don't know how to
Chopra.
say her name, but she's married to a Jonas brother, or she was. Also has Stephen Root in it. It's actually out and it is on. I think it's on Amazon, but
Okay. And that was pretty good.
it is. It's actually funny. It's actually really well done. It like it's
What is
a,
it
like
called?
a Heads of State.
Heads of State. Okay.
So John Cena plays the president of the United States, and Idris Elba plays the prime minister of
Is it like
England.
Idiocracy?
No, no, it's not. It's like they're there, and then there's this terrorist group or this Russian guy, whatever. Basically, he's stolen something, and then he's causing almost the brink of World War III and attempts to kill John Cena and Idris Elba, uh, but doesn't, and then they have to save the world. And
Okay.
so I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's totally unbelievable, ridiculous, but it's really fun. And one of the best parts of the film, and I'm not going to ruin it, is Jack Quaid, who was in The Boys, and he's uh, Dennis Quaid's son,
Okay.
and I think Meg Ryan son because they were
Okay.
married once. I think it's their son. But he is by far the scene he shows up in, he steals the whole scene. He is unbelievable, hilarious. And I don't want to give
All
away, but
right.
I wish they could either do a prequel of his character and or a spin-off somehow, but I don't want to
Yeah,
give
I'm
away what
interested in
happens
this.
to I don't want to give away what happens to his character, but if they could somehow bring him back in some fashion and just show his
Do you think
story, it's
Sarah would
hilarious.
enjoy this movie?
Oh yeah.
She would?
Yeah, my wife would like Carly would like it too. I think it's funny and
Okay.
it's a action movie, but it's funny and it's got
She hates action.
well then never mind. She well
Oh,
just
never
watch
mind. She
just
said that's not true, so she will watch it.
Yeah, or
It
just let her
depends.
watch Twilight because she's probably really
Yeah,
into
that's
glowing
right. She likes
vampires.
Twilight action.
Yeah, yeah,
She likes that
yeah.
kind of
The
action.
action
So
of vampires making out as they glow. I know she's into those like dirty romance books.
she loves smut books.
Yeah.
She loves those
She's
books.
like, can't we get more smut books into movies and
They have
make them
action in
family?
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I want more family
You know it's
friendly
you know
smut
it's funny.
books.
I went and saw one of those I think it was based on a book that she read once.
Yeah.
We saw it.
We don't like her anymore.
We don't like her anymore, but I think that's what it's called.
No,
That's
the
No,
author.
we don't like the author anymore, but we don't need to talk about the author. But we were at the movie theater and I noticed all these kids like grown-up kids like high schoolers like going to the movie theaters with like wearing like bringing blankets. And that just wasn't something that I did in
no,
high
I
school.
never did that.
I never did that. But it was funny. Me and Sarah were sitting next to this couple, I think, of a dude and a girl. And the dude had a blanket and he didn't even give the blanket to the girl. Like
Oh,
it was, and he started crying during the movie. I was like, oh man, this is
what was
wild.
the movie?
It's that, that Blake Lively and the one dude that has been having a feud with each other.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, is that movie?
Yeah, I don't even
The
remember what it's called. I was just
oh,
laughing my butt off. I was drinking beer and
yeah,
it ends with us.
yeah, it ends with us, but it doesn't. It keeps going.
And it just keeps going. But it was hilarious because I had like a couple beers in me. I was like looking over at Sam and look at that. Look at these nerds over here
Look, they got
bringing
blankets.
blankets.
Losers. Oh,
Such a
I was like,
I'm
they're
gonna bring a
crying.
blank. I'm gonna bring a blanket to Superman. And
You should start doing. I feel like now, like if you're like a young kid, that's cool. It gets cold in the movie theaters. But to me, I was like, this is a high schooler. Like he's probably like a year away from being able to be drafted into a war. I'm like, shoot,
we're in trouble.
we're about to be in the hard times. Like
Yeah,
these people like luckily like you've
they're
raised
soft.
yeah, you've raised a son who's like a badass, but all your kids are badass, but oh my goodness. It's kind of scary sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think he'd ever bring a blanket to a movie.
I hope not. I would wrestle him and I would give him a noogie and
You
put his
should. Yeah,
yeah.
next time you see him, ask him, "Do you bring blankets to movies?" And if he does, you have my permission to just punch him.
Yeah. Or if he says no, I'll throw a blanket on him and I'll just
Punch him anyway.
punch him.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, why do you have a blanket now? He's like, you put it on me. Shut up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that to him. I'll see him in a
Well,
couple weeks.
yeah. So there you go. I think we've done enough free flow news.
Yeah, that was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 18 years,
Yeah.
14 million followers. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love this.
We've been doing it for like 18 years, but we just never recorded it.
But yeah, 18 years on Facebook. We just
But well, and
talk
face to face and on the phone.
and on the
And
phone and face to
yeah. So
face.
now we're doing it on video and recording it.
Boom. Free flow news.
Yeah. There we go. All right, man. Well, we'll see you next time. The people out there, your wife and my wife who watch us.
Oh, there's gonna be so many people actually.
At
I
least
think we just
five.
got 1 million subscribers, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, because we haven't even posted yet. That's crazy.
Yeah, but you just speak it into existence.
It
Law of
happens.
attraction. It always happens. It always
Nice.
works.
All right. Yeah. Welcome all 5.2 million of you. And tell your mom about us.
3.8 billion subscribers. Love you guys.